Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Punita Bakshi and with me is Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate Institute of Petrochemicals Technology, Jaipur via video conferencing tomorrow. India achieves major milestone in vaccination against COVID-19. Almost 25% of eligible population fully vaccinated. Over 87 crore 66 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered so far under nationwide vaccination drive. Recovery rate reaches 97.83%. Polling is underway peacefully in Bihar for second phase of Panchayat elections. In Jammu and Kashmir, around 200 move and non-move government offices switch over to e-office to make working smooth and faster. In Punjab, political crisis looms after Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu tenders his resignation. Government extends ban on international flights till the 31st of October. In Japan, former Foreign Minister Fumio Kishida wins governing party leadership election, set to be the next Prime Minister. And in IPL cricket, Rajasthan Royals to take on Royal Challengers Bangalore at Dubai International Stadium, Dubai. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is underway, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, and focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate CIPET, Institute of Petrochemicals Technology, Jaipur via video conferencing tomorrow. He will also lay the foundation stone of 4 new medical colleges in Banswara, Sirohi, Hanumangarh and Dausa districts of Rajasthan. These medical colleges have been sanctioned under the centrally sponsored scheme for establishment of new medical colleges attached with district referral hospitals. Preference to set up medical colleges is given to underserved, backward and aspirational districts. Under 3 phases of the scheme, 157 new medical colleges have been approved across the nation. More than 87 crore 66 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Health Ministry said over 54 lakh 13,000 doses were administered yesterday. India reported daily new cases less than 20,000. More than 18,000 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours. India's active caseload stands at 2,82,520 and it is the lowest in 194 days. Active cases account for less than 1% of total cases and it is currently at 0.84%, the lowest since March last year. The ministry said the recovery rate is currently at 97.83%, highest since March last year. Over 28,000 people recovered in the last 24 hours and total recoveries touched 3,29,86,180.
More than 85 crore 42 lakh vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far through Government of India free of cost channel and through direct state procurement category. Further, more than 83 lakh 80,000 doses are in the pipeline. More than 4 crore 57 lakh balance and unutilized COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and UTs to be administered. As part of the nationwide vaccination drive, Government of India has been supporting the states and UTs by providing them COVID vaccines free of cost. In the new phase of the universalization of the COVID-19 vaccination drive, the centre will procure and supply free of cost 75% of the vaccines being produced by the vaccine manufacturers in the country to states and UTs. Almost 25% of the estimated adult population has been fully vaccinated against COVID-19. According to provisional data, more than 53 lakh vaccine doses were administered yesterday, taking the cumulative number to nearly 88 crore. Almost 1 in every 4 eligible Indians have been fully vaccinated. With yesterday's vaccinations, 68% of the estimated adult population has received its first dose and 24.8% are fully vaccinated. Almost a quarter of the adult population being fully vaccinated has significant public health implications.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, as many as 200 move and non-move government offices have been linked to e-office, adopting a technology to make working smooth and faster. Initially, the civil secretariats in Jammu and Kashmir switched over to e-office as majority of the files and records were digitized, which prevented the physical transportation of files and records during the old age Darbar move practice. In Bihar, polling is underway peacefully for the second phase of Panchayat elections amidst tight security. Polling, which began at 7 a.m., will continue till 5 p.m. Polling is being held in 692 Gram Panchayats spread over 34 districts, including Patna, Rohtash and Nalanda today. 76,279 candidates are in the fray. 3,402 candidates were elected unopposed. No untoward incident has been reported from any part of the state. For the first time, EVMs are being used in Panchayat polls in the state. Bihar State Election Commission has asked authorities to strictly follow COVID protocols during polling. Counting of votes will take place on the 1st and the 2nd of October.
In Madhya Pradesh, political parties and district electoral officers have intensified preparations after announcement of bypolls to 3 assembly seats and 1 Lok Sabha seat by Election Commission of India. All the 4 by-elections in the state are necessitated by the demise of the MLAs and Member of Parliament due to COVID. A report.
3 assembly seats where polls announced in Madhya Pradesh include Jobat in Alirajpur district, Prithvipur in Nibari district and Raigaon in Satna district. By-poll will also be held for Khandwa Lok Sabha seat. Meanwhile, the Election Commission of India has also issued directives for candidates to observe COVID-appropriate behavior. Collectors and district election officers of election-bound constituencies have also been instructed to hold the election work in a fair and transparent manner, ensuring strict adherence to the model Code of Conduct and COVID protocol. Pooja P. Vardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
In Uttar Pradesh, 6 policemen have been suspended after a businessman died during a late-night verification drive by the police in a hotel in Gorakhpur. An FIR under the charges of murder has also been registered against the accused. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has ordered strict action against the culprits. The Chief Minister has also ordered an ex gratia payment of 10 lakh rupees to the family of the deceased. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma is undertaking various works today during his day-long visit to Biswanath and Lakhimpur districts. He has visited one Anganwadi center at Behali and interacted with children. Mr. Sarma also distributed dry ration to children. Accompanied by former Minister Ranjit Datta and MP Pallab Lochan Das, the Chief Minister visited flood and erosion-hit Batiamari area. Later, he is scheduled to visit the residence of freedom fighter Kanaklata Barua and pay floral tribute to the statue of Kanaklata. Mr. Sarma would also hold 2 public meetings at Borganag and Gopur.
In Punjab, the political crisis deepened a day after Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu tendered his resignation from the post, citing no compromise with the future of the state. Meanwhile, the new Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi, after a meeting to find out the solution of the prevailing crisis today, said that the crisis will be resolved soon and all the issues will be settled. Sources said that half a dozen Punjab Congress MLAs and some local party leaders reached Sidhu's house last evening. After his exit, Punjab Cabinet Minister Razia Sultana resigned in solidarity with him, along with the party General Secretary Yoginder Dhingra. Sources told that Sidhu's resignation has not been accepted yet and that the Congress High Command is in touch with him. Meanwhile, Mr. Sidhu said he is resigning as the President of Punjab Pradesh Congress Committee but will continue to serve the Congress Party. In Bastar district of Chhattisgarh, a heritage walk was organized by the Ministry of Tourism of Government of India to commemorate the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and World Tourism Day. During the heritage walk, school children were taken to the village of Veer Gundadhur a tribal leader of the freedom struggle. More from a Raipur correspondent.
The West Central Regional Office of the Union Ministry of Tourism organized a visit to Netnar village in Bastar district of Chhattisgarh for the school children yesterday. Netnar village is birthplace of Shahid Gundadhur. He was a tribal leader who led the Bastar rebellion against the British rule in 1910. As part of this heritage walk, school children paid tributes to Veer Gundadhur and all met his descendants. The regional director of Ministry of Tourism, Venkateshan Dattarayan, said that during the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, people are being apprised about such unsung heroes of freedom struggle who could not get proper place in the pages of history. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
BJP President JP Nadda today addressed virtually party workers of 2,265 Shakti Kendras of Uttarakhand. He said booth-level workers are the strength of BJP. Mr. Nadda said a booth-level worker of the party can become the national president. He said during Corona period, BJP workers have set an example of service to humanity. The BJP president said they have also contributed significantly in making Mera Booth Corona Mukt Abhiyan a success.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी विचारधारा और संगठन के आधार पर राजनीति करने वाली पार्टी है, लेकिन लोकतंत्र में जनता की सेवा के लिए चुनाव जीतना भी एक माध्यम होता है और हमारे लिए चुनाव जीतने का शस्त्र भी हमारे बूथ के कार्यकर्ता ही है। मैं सभी बूथ के कार्यकर्ताओं को आह्वान करते हुए कहना चाहता हूं कि आप बूथ पर पार्टी की आत्मा बन जाएं और श्रद्धेय ठाकरे जी की बताए रास्ते पर आगे बढ़ने का प्रण लें। भारतीय जनता पार्टी देश की एकमात्र पार्टी है जो नेताओं के आधार पर नहीं बल्कि बूथ और शक्ति केंद्रों पर खड़े कार्यकर्ताओं के आधार पर चुनाव लड़ती है और जीतती है।
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate Institute of Petrochemicals Technology, Jaipur, via video conferencing tomorrow. India achieves major milestone in vaccination against COVID-19. Almost 25% of eligible population fully vaccinated. Over 87 crore 66 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered so far under nationwide vaccination drive. Recovery rate reaches 97.83%. Polling is underway peacefully in Bihar for the second phase of Panchayat elections. In Jammu and Kashmir, around 200 move and non-move government offices switch over to e-office to make working smooth and faster. In Punjab, political crisis looms after Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu tenders his resignation. Government extends ban on international flights till October 31st. In Japan, former Foreign Minister Fumio Kishida wins governing party leadership election, said to be the next Prime Minister. And in IPL cricket, Rajasthan Royals to take on Royal Challengers Bangalore at Dubai International Stadium, Dubai. For quick news updates round the clock, Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे। उज्जवल भविष्य बनाने की आजादी, रिटायरमेंट के बाद भी नियमित इनकम की आजादी, आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव आओ मनाए हर पल, एनपीएस करे बेहतर आज और पेंशन से सुनिश्चित कर।
1 अक्टूबर को पूरा देश मना रहा है एनपीएस दिवस। अधिक जानकारी के लिए अपनी बैंक शाखा जाएं या pfrda.org.in पर विजिट करें या 1800-110-708 पर कॉल करें।
The Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, yesterday extended the suspension of scheduled international commercial passenger flights till the 31st of October. A circular issued by the DGCA stated that the restrictions shall not apply to international all-cargo operations and flights specifically approved by it. The aviation regulator stated that the international scheduled flights may be allowed on selected routes by the competent authority on case-to-case basis. The centre banned the international flights on the 23rd of March last year to contain the COVID spread. Later, flight restrictions were eased under air bubble arrangement with certain countries. India has also been operating Vande Bharat flights to many countries. Assam government has reached an agreement with the employees and workers of Hindustan Paper Corporation Limited, HPCL, to resolve the pending issues of salaries and dues, informed Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma after holding a meeting with the employees and workers of HPCL. The meeting was held at Chief Minister's office and concluded in the wee hours of Wednesday. The two HPCL paper mills, Kasher Paper Mill at Panchgram in Hailakandi district and Nagaon Paper Mill at Jagi Road in Morigaon district, have been non-functional since October 2015 and March 2017 respectively. The employees and workers of the two mills are yet to receive salaries for at least 55 months.
In Jharkhand, Deputy Commandant Rajesh Kumar of the Border Security Forces lost his life in a Naxal encounter between Ultra Outfit Jharkhand Janmukti Parishad JJMP Naxals and security forces held late night in Latehar district. The encounter took place in Turudi Salia forest area of Latehar district. Mr. Kumar was airlifted from Latehar to Ranchi for medical treatment, where he was declared brought dead by the doctors. Jharkhand police spokesperson ADG Amol V. Homkar confirmed that one Naxalite has been killed in this encounter and massive arms and ammunition has been seized by the police. Securities Exchange Board of India SEBI has approved the frameworks for gold exchange and social stock exchange. The market regulator SEBI has also approved amendments to delisting framework for equity shares at the board meeting held in Mumbai yesterday. A gold exchange has been set up to trade the yellow metal in the form of electronic gold receipts, which will help in having a transparent domestic spot price discovery mechanism. The instrument representing gold is to be called Electronic Gold Receipt EGR and will have trading, clearing and settlement features akin to other securities.
As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. India's glorious fight for freedom is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the valiant struggle every day.
This day in 1942, Matangini Hazra laid her life for the national honour during Quit India movement. She was shot dead by the British Indian police in front of the Tamlu police station, Medinipur district, West Bengal on September the 29th, 1942.
O amar desher mati, tomar pore thekai matha.
She was affectionately known as Gandhi Buri, meaning Old Lady Gandhi in Bengali. Matangini Hazra was born in the small village of Hogla near Tamluk in 1869. She was married early and widowed at 18 without bearing any offspring.
Influenced by the Gandhian philosophy, she became actively interested in the Indian independence movement. She took part in the civil disobedience movement and was arrested for breaking the SALT Act. She was incarcerated for 6 months at Behrampur jail.
As part of the Quit India movement, Matangini Hazra, who was 73 years old at the time, led a procession of 6,000 supporters with the purpose of taking over the Tamluk police station. This was to be a step in overthrowing the British government in the district and establishing an independent Indian state.
When the procession reached the outskirts of the town, they were ordered to stop by the police. As Matangini stepped forward, she was shot by the police. One after another, 3 gunshots were fired at the 73-year-old Matangini Hazra.
With each gunshot, her voice chanting Vande Mataram got louder and the tricolour that she held in her hand went higher. She died with the tricolour held high and still flying.
The parallel Tamil government incited open rebellion by praising her martyrdom for her country and was able to function for 2 more years until it was disbanded in 1944 at Gandhiji's request.
Post-independence in 1977, Matangini Hazra's statue was put up in Kolkata. It was the first statue of a woman put up in Kolkata in independent India. Her statue now also stands at the spot where she was killed in Tamluk.
On this day, an event that shaped the conditions of Indian immigrants took place. Komagata Maru, the Japanese ship carrying 165 Indian passengers, arrived at Calcutta from Canada. Most of them were from the Punjab province. The ship was denied dock permission by Canada.
Upon its arrival in Calcutta on 27th September, British gunboats blocked the ship's entry into the port. The passengers were treated as lawbreakers and political agitators. A general riot ensued as the police entered the ship to capture the leaders. 19 passengers were shot and killed, and the rest were incarcerated.
The Komagata Maru incident was widely cited at the time by Indian groups to highlight discrepancies in Canadian immigration laws. Further, the inflamed passions were cultivated by the Indian Revolutionary Organization, the Ghadar Party, to rally support for its aims.
In a number of meetings ranging from California in 1914 to the Indian diaspora, prominent Ghadarites, including Barkatullah, Tarak Nath Das and Sohan Singh, used the incident as a rallying point to recruit members for the Ghadar movement.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar, AIR News ke Sang. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
In the program Spotlight, we are broadcasting a special series, Seva aur Samarpan, 20 Saal Sushasan Ke. Today the theme is Urbanization as an Opportunity. It showcases Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision for holistic urban development. This special program can be heard tonight on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies 9:15 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.gov.in and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. So keep listening to All India Radio News for the latest developments.
Japan's former foreign minister Fumio Kishida has won the governing party leadership election and is said to be the next prime minister. Kishida replaces outgoing party leader Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga, who is stepping down after serving only 1 year since taking office last September. As new leader of the Liberal Democratic Party, Kishida is certain to be elected the next prime minister on Monday in Parliament, where his party and coalition partner control the House. Kishida beat Taro Kono, the vaccinations minister, in a runoff after moving ahead of 2 female candidates, Sanae Takaichi and Seiko Noda, in the first round. A U.S. Congress report says at least 12 groups designated as foreign terrorist organizations by the U.S. are based in Pakistan. They include 5 that are India-centric, according to the latest congressional report on terrorism. The report, Terrorist and Other Militant Groups in Pakistan, released by the research wing of the U.S. Congress, said the Pakistan-based groups could be broadly categorized into 5 types: globally oriented, Afghanistan-oriented, India and Kashmir-oriented, domestically oriented, and sectarian anti-Shia. The prominent India-centric groups include Lashkar-e-Toiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Harkat-ul-Jihad Islami, and Hizb-ul-Mujahideen. Health and Family Welfare Minister Mansukh Mandavia addressed the closing session of the 4th Indo-US Health Dialogue being hosted by India. The
The two-day dialogue was leveraged as a platform to deliberate upon multiple ongoing collaborations in the health sector between the two countries. 2 MOUs were also signed at the concluding session. In IPL cricket, Mumbai Indians beat Punjab Kings by 6 wickets at Zayed Cricket Stadium, Abu Dhabi last night. Put into bat first, Punjab posted a score of 135 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs with the help of Aiden Markram, 42 of 29 balls. For Mumbai, Kieran Pollard and Jasprit Bumrah took 2 wickets each. In reply, Mumbai Indians chased down the target in 19 overs after losing 4 wickets, riding on Saurabh Tiwari's 45 of 37 and Hardik Pandya's unbeaten 40 of 30 balls. For Punjab Kings, leg spinner Ravi Bishnoi was the most successful bowler with 2 wickets. In another match yesterday, Kolkata Knight Riders defeated Delhi Capitals by 3 wickets at Sharjah. Delhi put the target of 128 runs for Kolkata. In response, Knight Riders scored 130 runs for 7 wickets in 18.2 overs. Today, Rajasthan Royals will take on Royal Challengers Bangalore at Dubai International Stadium at Dubai at 7:30 p.m. IST. Mumbai, along with various parts of Maharashtra, have been experiencing incessant rain from the last 24 hours, leading to flood in many areas, thereby causing heavy damages to life, properties and agriculture. Further, IMD has forecast heavy to very heavy showers in various parts of the state, including Mumbai, for the next 24 hours. State government has put the district administrations of the rain-affected regions of the state on high alert and asked them to keep a strict vigil on the situation and coordinate with government machineries to minimize the damage of life and property.
Now let us take a look at the weather update for today. The national capital Delhi will have gently cloudy sky. The city recorded 27 degrees Celsius as the minimum temperature, while the maximum will be around 36 degrees. Mumbai will have gently cloudy sky with heavy rain. Minimum and maximum temperature will hover between 26 and 31 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have gently cloudy sky with heavy rain. The minimum temperature in the city was 25 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 28 degrees. Chennai is likely to have gently cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. The temperature will vary between 27 and 34 degrees Celsius. Hyderabad is expected to have gently cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. The minimum temperature was 22 degrees Celsius, while the maximum may go up to 31 degrees. Bangalore will have gently cloudy sky with light rain. The temperature will hover between 19 and 28 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. The maximum temperature will be around 24 degrees, while it recorded 33 degrees Celsius as minimum. Srinagar may have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. The minimum temperature was 16 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be nearly 31 degrees. Leh will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was 7 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 24 degrees. Gilgit is likely to witness mainly clear sky. Muzaffarabad may have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Temperature will hover between 21 and 36 degrees Celsius. Guwahati may have gently cloudy sky with few spells of rain or thunder showers. Imphal is likely to have gently cloudy sky with few spells of rain or thunder showers. Shillong may also have gently cloudy sky with few spells of rain or thunder showers. Aizawl is predicted to have gently cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. The minimum temperature was 18 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be nearly 27 degrees. Kohima may have gently cloudy sky with few spells of rain or thunder showers. Itanagar, the temperature will move from 22 degrees Celsius to an upper limit of 34 degrees.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate Institute of Petrochemicals Technology, Jaipur, via video conferencing tomorrow. India achieves major milestone in vaccination against COVID-19. Almost 25% of eligible population fully vaccinated. Over 87 crore 66 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered so far under nationwide vaccination drive. Recovery rate reaches 97.83%. Polling is underway peacefully in Bihar for second phase of Panchayat elections. In Jammu and Kashmir, around 200 move and non-move government offices switch over to e-office to make working smoother and faster. In Punjab, political crisis looms after Punjab Congress Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu tenders his resignation. Government extends ban on international flights till October 31. In Japan, former Foreign Minister Fumio Kishida wins governing party leadership election, set to be the next Prime Minister. And with that, we end the midday news.